We're live now.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Me.
I'm ready.
Welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit.
And
I am Christy.
are you sure?
I think so. I don't know. You guys, I got a head cold, so you'll have to, or whatever.
And I am Mia. Hey, y'all. Hey. And you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends. So,
yeah.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy 2023. That's crazy. Like, that sounds so wild.
I've seen a lot of memes now where they're talking about how fast it seemed like what happened. Something 2020 to now is just like I recall, but not really.
Mm-hmm. Time is.
I'm pretty sure it happened, but I can't.
So
It's literally like trying to grasp at straws falling from the sky, trying to grab it. Like I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like it went so fast, but I feel like I recall thinking, is this shit ever going to
end? I know. I've been there too. Isn't that wild though? Like looking back at something, it's like
this cannot be life.
It went by so fast,
second by second.
But then when you're in it, it's just like, when the hell?
What
will I get out of this?
That's how you know this. It's all relative and fake, but
it really is.
So yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay. But Happy New Year.
Yes, we are here. New Year. I hope you all set your intentions. I hope you all are ready to manifest the best life you have ever had this year.
You know, Krista and I were talking before we got on. And he said, I feel like I'm still hibernating. We were talking about, nature.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I've changed when I set intentions to be in line with nature, with the spring coming in. So even energetically, I don't have I feel like I should be asleep 16 or 18 hours of the day. And you can't do that when you got stuff to do.
Right. You really can.
So yeah, the energy level is different. I do think this is a good time for releasing. And speaking of which, y'all, it's a full moon tomorrow. When you guys listen to when this is
tomorrow,
when this is posted tomorrow, it's a full moon. Well, it'll be today for you all. It's the first full moon of the year. I believe it's the wolf moon. Ooh, that good winter moon. I love it.
That sounds about right.
I love the cycles of life.
I do too, and I think there's this part of me that feels a little upset that we've been thrown off of the cycle, like that nature cycle.
Yeah.
We have to do this at this time. We have to be here. We have to do this. It's like, I really wish that we could just be more at ease and just flow with the way that nature flows.
I mean, no, Christy, honestly, I think what that feeling is, because I'm feeling the pull more and more myself, I think that feeling is remembering that that's what we really are. Remembering that we really are connected to nature, and we're starting to awaken to who we are. And it's like, this is not how life is. I'm off cycle.
Yeah. And when you are more connected, then you really feel it.
Yeah, I mean, so I think that just speaks to where you are in your journey and your connection to the oneness. It's like we live off cycle. How the hell, you know what I mean? So I've been attempting, and unfortunately it is difficult to do, living in this world. It is difficult to live in the world, understand you're not of this world, and attune yourself back to the cycle of nature. So
Like, I feel like you have to be very conscious.
You have to be very conscious of it. So
effort.
that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Make a conscious effort to honor how I'm feeling naturally. And naturally what I feel like doing is hibernating. So I'm taking a lot more time. I stopped trying to fight myself as why is my energy so low? Oh my God, I gotta get up. You ain't got to do shit. Except for what you really have to do. So I'm not pushing myself unnecessarily. And I did. I am looking forward to what do you call it? To spring, but I feel like as we pass the solstice, which was the shortest day of the year, I got less and less tired. So now that we had the shortest day of the year, as the day lasts longer, my energy lasts longer. I feel like I'm really allowing myself to just connect. So now I'm not as tired as I would be before. Like I would be 3:45, 4 o'clock. Like I have nothing.
Really?
But that's when the sun was going down. So yeah. I can feel me opening up, waking up a little bit more energy as the day lasts longer. But y'all, we live in the Midwest, in Chicago. These no sunshine days.
Man, to you Londoners, we went to London for Christmas, and there's no sun. It was gray and rainy most of the time that we were there, and the daylight is really short. It's like the daylight comes out around 8, and then it ends around 4.
Like that's it.
And then it's like black outside. But yeah, so we hope you all had a wonderful holiday.
You're probably used to it. Is it always like that though?
Yeah. I mean, I know that the sun does come out, but yeah, it was gray and just cloudy and the entire time.
But I mean, do they have a summer?
They have a summer, but it's still it's rainy.
Okay.
You know, but my son loves that. He likes that weather. I would not be able to thrive.
There is something that I associate with a gray, not stormy day, but just a little pitter patter, rainy. What do you call it when it's a drizzly day? That makes me want to read.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why I associate those two.
I'm the same. Yep.
It's like I want to snuggle up, I want to read, I want to be in the house.
Mm-hmm. That is me. So, but you had a good holiday.
Yeah, I enjoyed having some time off, and
you and me both.
Trying to get back in the swing of things, but I'm like back to your point, Chris. I can't believe it's 2023. So, you guys. Last time we talked, we just did, I believe it was just a Queen talk. We just kind of talked about the year and had a conversation with you guys. Today we want to talk about, we're going to talk about being spiritually responsible. And this topic is based on a lesson that we both just received spiritually. I say it's like a, when Chrissy always talks about, we talk about this awakening, this healing that happens in layers. And just when you think you know something, you get a reminder, another lesson. I love, the wise man knows that he knows nothing.
We know nothing.
But also it does bring you closer in to yourself. So, make a long story short, because there are other individuals involved. To make a long story short, you guys, we have a client that we both work with, and we were reminded to trust our intuition. Make no freaking assumptions about what you think you thought you know. And whatever rituals it is that you have in place when you are connecting to spirit, to never skimp out on those. Whatever works for you, be true and honor yourself, because you always want to make sure that whatever the intent of the energy that you put out in the air, your that is not, that you don't know, that you are not spiritually irresponsible and allow others to manipulate your God creation.
Amen to that.
So that was a lesson that we learned, but we want to kind of go through this because I think it's just kind of like, wait a minute, hold on, pause. This I need to be paying attention here. And one of the main things, and Christy, she said to me, she was like, man, talk about you got to trust your intuition.
Yeah, and I think, so something, because, me and I, we've talked this out, and we say this all the time, but we are spiritual beings living a human existence. So because we are kind of like, we are on both sides or straddling the fence, sometimes it can be a little hard to to not look at things from the 3D perspective, but to really tune into the spiritual aspect to make a decision.
I mean, and I honestly, I love this world. And I have to be honest, I think there are people in this world who are having a human experience as an observer. Yes. And that allows them to stay in an observation place. So you're naturally less connected to the 3D avatar self, because it's just, you understand, I'm just here to, people who are able to stay in the middle. I know for a fact that I didn't come here at this time in this life to be an observer. I want it all in. I came into experience. So because we came into experience, we straddle that fence. Mm-hmm. So to Christy's point, when you are in a spiritual place, being spiritually responsible, you have to remember to disconnect from the 3D self when you are allowing either energies in to you. If you're making a spiritual decision, make it from a spiritual space using spiritual information, period.
Did you all get that?
That's the for real big. You can't allow the 3D avatar self to jump into a space it wasn't made to operate in and be any part of a family of you making spiritual decisions.
Right. And I will say, everyone is in a different place on their journey, and I feel like this space, as far as like really trusting my intuition, is still new to me, and I'm still learning about myself and figuring things out, but it's definitely needed, and it's like really tune in and hone in to that inner guidance system that we all have. We all have access to it.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
But we also need to, just like we need to trust our intuition, I think we also need to understand that sometimes what we see is perhaps not what is truly out there. Like, you see a vision or like an image, there's a shadow.
A mirage.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
sometimes
it's not, what you're seeing is not the authentic truth. So that's where that inner navigation system comes into play.
So that's what I said. I think especially when you are making spiritual decisions. So, Christy and I both work with people in their spiritual selves and their energetic selves. And when you are working with people, I honestly do feel like when you're working with people in their special places, you take that responsibility seriously. Very honestly. Seriously. And that's just,
we both do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess that would be our version of the Hippocratic Oath, right? Mm-hmm. But we also have to be responsible to ourselves. And if we can feel, it's like, because there is a part of me that I allowed to open as a channel. And I understand how energy works. So I got to be careful about what it is that, for me, what feels good to me, which fills my purpose and space as a servant here. I have to be true to that. And if I feel something that is not in alignment with where I am at this point in my life, in my timeline, in this 3D avatar, I need to be true to that. And when we're not, that's irresponsible.
Right.
Especially when you know.
Exactly. You know when you're riding the train and they say, if you see something, say something? It's like that. If you feel something, say something. Like, don't ignore it. Don't chalk it up like, oh, well, it's probably just, or, maybe I'm taking, no, if you feel something, say something.
And I've talked about this. We've mentioned this before. Especially, I feel like it's especially when you can get an answer. When we talk about spirit, it can mask, it can veil, it can, throw something to the side. But when asked, who are you? They either won't answer, but they can't lie. Who do you think I am? Pay attention, you know what I mean? So the fact that when you feel something, you just want to know what you're dealing with, but you make an assumption that maybe someone is an innocent because of what they've been told. And it's just like spiritual trickery and manipulation is real, you guys.
It's real.
It's very real.
It's really real.
So I know if we haven't said this before, I want to make sure that we share this with people. When you are working with people individually and inviting them into your creation space, into your space to either aid in your awakening process or to move energy for you, etc., etc. I don't think you understand that you are opening pieces of yourself to people you need to trust your intuition about. If it's anybody, this is like, ladies, akin to going to the gynecologist. Like, I gotta sit down, I gotta crack my legs open. I need to know something. Right. But we go. So imagine your friend telling you, like, "Ooh, I got this dope gynecologist. Yeah, you need to come check this gynecologist out. I mean, they really helped me out." And she's taking you to the gynecologist. You walking down a dark alley, down some steps, ran across your foot, and she's like, "Oh, no, trust me, girl, this is the best place." And you still going down there, but there is something in you going, I don't know.
No, thank you.
And your ass keep going.
Right.
You're like, because this is an innocent who's taking me down here. She's so sweet. Look at her. Look how she sounds. She has a baby voice. And your goofy ass going down a damn trail and you're ignoring your intuition. Like, I don't know, call me crazy, but I feel like if I walk down here, my vagina might fall out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all.
Probably gonna take it out.
And so think that's how you're allowing someone to lead you spiritually. Yeah. So I'm saying this as a person who is looking for, who is talking to, like, I'm a reader. We do healing services like you guys. When you allow people in that space, if it doesn't feel good to you, shouldn't do it. But the lesson that Christy and I learned on the other side is healers, readers, yep. Those who are working with people in their spiritual spaces. In order for you to be able to get to that space, there is space that you have to allow yourself to be free and open. We need to be the most discerning about that. And I don't know any other way to say it. Like, we really have to be discerning for ourselves and where we are at that time.
Yeah, and I will say, like, working in the spiritual space, it's so intimate.
Yes.
It is such an intimate space. Like, it surpasses physicality. Like, it is such an intimate space. So once your interactions or, there's that level of distrust, you can't repair that again.
Yep.
And so I think it's very important. And of course, it's exciting. Like working in the spiritual space is very exciting. But at the same time, for those of you who are listening to this and who are healers and who are readers and who are working in this space, it's really important for you to trust your intuition.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you know which questions to ask so that you can properly assist the person that is in front of you or not.
So I mean, going deeper to what you just said, I could tell you the lesson for me is when I do readings with people, I ask them, what is their intention? What is it that they're looking to do? What do they want from this? What are they going to do with, you know what I mean? Just to try to understand where they are spiritually. And so if I have read someone or worked with someone a couple of times, the mistake that I made was I assumed that their intention was the same as it always been. And because I was not spiritually responsible and true to myself and understanding and making sure that I'm protecting myself, I missed someone's true intention. And so for me, I was like, that was spiritually irresponsible of me. So, I mean, I learned, of course, y'all, I immediately go to, wait a minute, hold on, lesson, got it. I can pull my energy back. And, you're not going to, being spiritually responsible, let me just say this, I'm sorry. Being spiritually responsible, you make sure that the intent of your creation, the intent of your magic, the intent of your gift, the intent of the energy that you are putting out into the world stays your intent. When you talk and speak and act from your God self, it cannot be manipulated.
Bingo.
So if you find out that someone is trying to manipulate the intent of the creation and what it is therefore that came from you, you can snatch that back. You'll be like, oh no. I don't go, this is not the intent of that. So, but we have to be spiritually responsible and we ask people, what are your intentions? And even think about it, you go to a yoga class, a Pilates class, they ask you to set intentions for yourself. And I always talk about, for me, and again, you guys, I know more than anything is more than one way to skin a cat. But for me, magic is always about the intention. That's how I decide what it is that I'm going to use magic towards and forth. Intention is everything. So what my intention for my life, my intention as a mother, my intention as a friend, my intention as a servant here, my intention as an energy that is existing, it's everything. When I'm in alignment, I am in alignment with my true intentions. So any and everything that you want to know about a person, look at what their intentions are. And I think that can go for in any area. Yeah, the people you vote for, your mates, where you work, what are your intentions? Because that tells me everything I need to know about you. It's literally like looking in somebody's internet search history.
Okay, so then what if a client came in and you asked them their intention and they gave you an answer that maybe they think you want to hear?
So I think that the fact that you lie about your intention, of course I'm going to know, tells me your intention. Now, this is a good point because I want to take that a bit further. So do I decide? Here we go, y'all. This is the part. Now we get into judgment. Do I decide because maybe they're going to believe the intention of what they want to do is not something that I agree with or I may think is bad, right? Mm-hmm. Is it my place to make a judgment as to whether or not what someone wants to open up to spiritually is good or bad.
No, I mean, we talked about this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the real question. Who, if I know, and I look at ascension, it is the true, honest, understanding, believing, and living an experience that I am part of the all. Knowing that no matter who I'm talking to, that it is a piece of me that is sharing itself with me. I'm showing myself. So if I'm looking at something that I deem as ugh, or just, there's something about that I'm learning more about myself.
Even if it's, so if you knew that's like your client's intention was to hurt someone.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I have to be honest with that. Now, am I at a place where I would say, okay, I'm no judgment, I'm going to help you anyway? I'm not at that place.
Yeah, I'm not at that place either.
That's just not where I am, because I don't want you to use the intention of my creation for something that I'm not on. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to let you manipulate mine. I'm just saying that when I think about truly living and being connected to the oneness of what you are, is there is no judgment of what is right or wrong. But I do get to pick what I want to use my energy towards.
I agree with that.
And that is not there. Although I am limitless, there is a limit to which I will allow my energy to be manipulated. So I don't know if that's even, if it's judgment, if it's that it's good or bad. It's just as my spiritual self, living this human living in this human experience, having this human experience, what I choose to experience and emit from this avatar body is not in alignment with that. Right. I can't even say it's bad. I get it, because when I tell you this life is beautiful, all of us is beauty, I get it. But what I created this avatar to be an experience at a time, that is nails on a chalkboard to my existence. Mm-hmm. But I literally can't sit up here and have a discussion with you about whether or not it's good or bad when I know it's all a part of who I am. That's a part of me as the oneness that wanted to experience life like that. And it's all for a reason.
It really is.
From their perspective, they look at us like this might look. What's the point of that? If you're not breaking something to see how it works and see how it can be better, then what the hell are you doing? I can argue the other side of this, y'all.
So let's talk about when a practitioner or when a person is not being spiritually responsible. What are some of those consequences?
Okay, let's define what we talk about when we say when a practitioner isn't being spiritually responsible. So, I'm like, I don't want to hear. Okay, let me say it like this. When you are calling on other energies, beings, deities, ancestors, etc., 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 to assist you in getting something done in this realm, especially to another person. Anything you ask, if you want them to exert energy here, understand there is an exchange.
There's always
okay.
Exchange.
So everybody picking up what I'm putting down there? Okay, we got that part. Now, just imagine you're trying a new drug. And they say, you know what? Go ahead, try that. Y'all know how this works. Try that. That one's on me. You pop that pill and you like, bum, 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 jam on it. I need some more of that. Winning! You go back, like, hey, can I get some more of them? And they throw you 4 more. You don't stop and ask, how much are these? Like, oh, don't worry, you don't even ask. Like, okay, let me just give you some money. No, hold on, don't worry about it. You go out there, jam on it. I'm killing these hoes and I want it. All this, woo, you hot tata. Come back again. It's like, oh, by the way, did you enjoy those pills? What, you was kicking it? Oh shit, yeah, dapping you up and everything. But oh, by the way, here's your tab. Like, wait a minute, hold on, what?
Which you can't pay.
Wait, hold on. You didn't tell me these was $1 million a pill. You didn't ask. You were irresponsible and opened yourself up to something because you wanted to feel some power in this 3D world, which is back to the point of do not allow any part of your 3D self make a decision in a spiritual space because you don't know what the fuck you doing.
Right.
Because that tab is coming back.
There's just, spiritual integrity is huge for me.
Nigga, protect your motherfucking neck.
Yeah.
You never ask for exchange without understanding the price.
Read the fine print.
You signing a contract, you look with your eyes closed, just put your... Y'all, pay attention to what you're doing. So when we're talking about being spiritually irresponsible, when we are calling on other entities and beings, understand there's always an exchange. Never assume what that damn exchange is. And you gonna tell you something. Just like if someone does not honor a contract in a 3D that you have created, there are consequences for that.
Yes. And I know each one of us have probably experienced
seriously. So when you are knowingly and willingly going into contract, understand that if you breach said contract, there are consequences for that spiritually.
Yep.
So you all, y'all don't, and I can't even, y'all. And so seeing someone make a decision to be spiritually irresponsible in that way is very difficult.
And let's not even talk about
like that's difficult karma. To see. Yeah.
Because what you put out is going to come back.
It's difficult to see.
Minimum of 3 times.
So, like, I honestly, it's just, man, like, it's very difficult for me, you all. It's been one of the more difficult lessons for me to understand. I accept all as in its existence. Mm-hmm. But I understand that it's not all for me.
Right.
And being true to the fact that I am not judging. I don't give a what it is that people are choosing to experience in this life. And it's okay that I choose that it's not for me. Mm-hmm. But I got to be true to what's not for me.
Right.
And I expect you to be true to what's not for you. So when we talk about this spiritually, when you are working with people, dealing with people, and who are just as spiritual as what people, people will call themselves light workers and all this stuff. But the truth of the matter is, y'all, when we're really working in self-mastery, there will be times when your light ass is in the dark. Okay?
Say that.
Because we are everything. But you still have a choice when you start to learn. Here we go. When you start to understand and learn who it is that you are in the everything, your real spiritual free will comes in front of you. You got some roads you can go down, because when you have done the work to self-mastery, you're just like, oh, so this is who I am. Mm-hmm. I can go over here, I can go over there, and to do and work in whichever side you go on are the same principles, rules, and universal laws.
Yep.
So who are we to judge when somebody has gone through that process of self-mastery and say they want to go to the left instead of the right?
It's not for us to...
I mean, like, y'all, this is something like, I'm just... all I can be true to
me.
It's me. This version of me. This is what I chose. And if anything, it should make you feel good. Like, I'm standing 10 toes down and who the fuck I am. Have fun over there, baby. But we try to take me and pull my shit over there, but you didn't. Now we got a problem. Yeah. But otherwise, you stay over there. Hey, do you?
I was going to say that just understanding that everyone has a choice and respect that.
Respecting people's choices.
And as you were saying, like, I don't know if you said it as we were recording or whether we talked about it before, but you were saying as you start to fully understand who you are in this, like, under the oneness, you are better positioned to be in this in a place of not being judgmental.
Yeah.
Because you realize, again, like the yin and the yang.
Yes.
The white and the black. They are part of the one unit. One is not bad. They both need each other to become one. They both need each other to be the yin and the yang.
You literally don't know. It's the easiest analogy for me. You don't know darkness unless you know what light is. And you have no idea what light is unless you've experienced darkness. Okay. If we are walking around in this daytime all day, would this be called daytime? It just is. Because it doesn't change. Mm-hmm. But we know that it's dark because there was a day. I got something to compare it to. But it's all within the time of a day. You know what I mean? Like, seeing both, knowing that one exists knows that the other exists. Mm-hmm. It's the mirror.
Right.
So I can't judge my mirror image. That sounds crazy to me. But the part of that mirror, the side of that mirror I'm choosing to stand on is the decision that I'm standing in. And I can only do it for me.
That's a great point and a good reminder. Yeah, so for some of you all, for some of you all who may feel like the spiritual realm is like, it's fun and exciting and it's all of those things, but at the same time, there's also a it's serious and it's real. It's real.
And, you know,
you do not want to attract the wrong spirits.
Well, and even that, I'll tell you this too. It's you don't want to attract the wrong spirits, but also in friendship, in relationship.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's another level. That's like another layer.
So, you know, you have friends that you exist and play with on this level, and you would get deep with on this level. And when you allow people in your spiritual space, it's like, you know, you have your friends, you allow them in your house. Mm-hmm. They can go around there. I mean, you might even allow them in your bedroom. But then you got some friends you can't allow in your closet. And those friends that you allow in your closet is deeper. Mm-hmm. You touching something else. You're in my panty drawer. You know what I mean? Like, you are there. That's something else. And when there is an intentional betrayal of that, you guys, of people you allow in it not only does it hurts different, but the effects of that
so long term
are different.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, I'm telling you, it's different from somebody smacking you, y'all getting into it, she threw a drink on you, and somebody trying to fuck up your soul. Okay? Man, Stop playing with me. So I think, that's, but, I shouldn't say but, the important thing from this is it is your responsibility to be in charge of, to manage, to be the gatekeeper for what you allow in your spiritual space.
There you go.
Period. Yes. And if you are willy-nilly, if you a spiritual hoe, that's on you. Y'all, Like if there's anything that we need to protect is that space. Until you understand, until we all understand how we can, like, we can be certain that I'm so in charge of my energy and in my space that nothing that is not of what I'm attracting in this time can even get over here. And until you get to that space, you still got to do a weeding out process. Period. It really truly is levels to this. And there's a lesson, and all of it is beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. This is grown people talk.
No, it really is.
Like, you can't victimize yourself if you have been spiritually irresponsible. Period. I don't even know it. Like,
and you need to be ready to pay the consequences.
Look, I don't even know what to say.
And that's another thing too. Like, there are spiritual, like, practitioners who will sell you on this idea that they can do X, Y, and Z for you. But a lot of these people that are out there do not know what they're getting you involved into.
Yeah.
Like, they have no idea.
And yeah, oh man,
I'm telling you,
I could, man, I could just go on and on, but you guys, seriously, the takeaway, the big takeaway, you guys, is just like you choose your fruit, just like you try on clothes, you're very, just like we would choose anything else that we put on our body, on this 3D self that we allow, who we allow in our house. We picky as hell who we allow in our house. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? You know how we are about our spaces. You have to be I'm begging you to be that way with what you allow in your spiritual spaces, with whom you allow in your spiritual spaces. Be picky about it. Be intentional about it. It's y'all. I hate to be so graphic, but it's like raw dogging. You're just gonna let anybody do that?
And it's
anybody touch your nectar?
Right.
Just naked? Oh, girl, child.
But it's so true. Like, this is your soul.
Yeah.
This isn't just a pair of shoes that can be replaced. This isn't just a top. This is your soul.
And you want to make sure that what it is that you choose to experience, an intention of your heart, your being, your creation, your gift, and your energy stays in alignment with your intention. And don't make it malleable to somebody else's will. That's how, look, I'm like, that's the message of the day, the crystal of the day, the
message.
the takeaway, y'all, for real. Be responsible, just like you choose your friends. You know how some people, you're like, I ain't never getting in a car with her again because this heifer gonna have me stuck out to, and I need to, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, same thing.
Weren't we talking about this during the Queen chat about the woman that went on the trip with her friends? She thought it was her friend.
Child.
They went with the intention to
child.
Y'all,
it's just, y'all.
And I know that in the new year.
And here's a good thing. I forgot. What you said, Krista? And sometimes it be your own. It be your own people, man.
And this is a new year, and so for me, like, every year, I'm always like, okay, who in my circle, like, and I kind of like do this little
sweep.
Do a sweep,
man. Yeah. And I'm one more thing. I said, wait.
One more.
One more. No, seriously, you guys. Trust your intuition. And when we say, sometimes, like, we're being funny saying it be your own people, no, but seriously, keep checking in with the hearts, minds, intentions, and the values of the people that you align in your special spaces.
No matter how they appear.
I don't care who it is, because you need to, think about it. You've grown. You're not the same person. If someone asked you what you wanted for your life 10 years ago versus what you will say today, I guarantee you it's different. But if somebody is still working on the assumption of you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago,
Right.
they would be sadly mistaken because you're not there no more. So we have to be responsible and know that about as you grow in this body and in this mind, but no, you also grow and expand spiritually. You're just not the same person, and the people that you're dealing with, they're not the same person. They may have gone off to a side rail. They're like, I'm gonna take this path over here, and you riding on the back of their horse, not paying attention to the trail they go on. You got to stay on your own and choose your own path. Mm-hmm. And when you converge into people, it's like, hey, hold on, are we still like, do that spiritual check-in before you hit your wagon to somebody. It's your journey. You control this.
Yes, and that's another thing too. You control it. And I think we talked about this in another podcast. People think the spiritual realm is a game. Yeah. Oh, I don't like what she did, so I'm going to do this. I don't like what he did, so I'm going to do this to him.
I better stop playing.
I heard of people, putting names in a jar and putting in the freezer. It's nothing to play with. I'm for real. It's nothing to play with.
Y'all, why y'all give Auntie Christy internet? Look, y'all, keep Auntie Christy off the net, y'all.
But no, it really is. It's nothing to play with, and I think a lot of times we think we're like, oh well, I went on TikTok and I saw this, I saw how to do this, so I'm gonna do that because this person made me upset or I don't like them. No, because you don't.
Playing with.
You better stop playing because you don't know what kind. You open up Pandora's box, but do you know how to close it? That's part of being spiritually responsible.
Because I want y'all to think about something. We're going to keep it real. The first alchemy and magic that you need to be doing is controlling your own damn energy. Because when you control your own energy, you attract everything that you want to. You become a magnet. You don't have to chase shit. You become a magnet. You know that, you know what I mean? Like you move different like that. Like it's not the same thing. So you know that you are what's the word I'm looking for? You know that you're making adjustments and moves in yourself spiritually when you're attracting things to you and you're no longer chasing. When you're out of the runner-chaser cycle in your life, in relationship, in wealth, in business, and whatever it is you want in your life,
say that.
You know you have moved forward in your motherfucking life.
Yes, you have.
So move forward towards that where it's like, but you still have to go through that step. Because that's how you figure out what it feels like to get these things. Now that I know what it feels like, I can sit here and embody that magnetism, embody that frequency, be that vibration. Yeah, like, woo, child.
And I also want to say, no matter how good something sounds, like, oh, well, if I can help you do this, or, this person, they can do this for you, or they can make this happen. Sometimes it sounds too good to be true. Actually, most of the time it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah. Your first alchemy is you.
Right. You all really have to vet these people you see.
Your first alchemy is you. Your first mastery is you. Your first... And how do I say? This is why in this lifetime, the way I've chosen to see this and to teach and to help people is to master themselves. Yep. I'm not telling you how to be you. I'm just reminding you and show you that you can discover you. The energies that are around you to support you. That you can call in beings to be able to do this. But I can't judge what you decide to call in.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. I'm just reminding you, like, that, there is a God self in you. But I'm not telling you how it is that you manifested in this space. You already made that decision. I'm just reminding you that you're the one who made this decision. Yeah, like this is, and that you can literally, I'm just teaching you and reminding you, awakening you to manipulating and creating the space in which you desire to exist. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling you whether or not that's right or wrong. Yeah. What lineage you want to go to, what ceremony, what ritual is best.
And that's another thing, like as readers and as healers, you know, we may end up having clients who may not be aligned with, you know, with what you're on. Mm-hmm. But if our job, like Mia's job, is to be an awakener, her job, you know, that's her purpose, to awaken a person to who they are to be, or who they are. It could be the left wing, it could be the right wing.
That's not, but
that's not.
But I chose not to choose,
right.
to make. But think about it. If someone goes to, and Chris, and this is interesting, because this lesson that we had, that when Chris and I were talking about this, it's like we have to remind ourselves that in the space that we are currently working in, we're not choosing to judge.
Right.
You're a healer. But she not judge, but she can make a decision about what energy she wants in her space. Not that she can't make a judgment. She can choose not to judge, but she can make a decision about what is allowed in her space. Or she might get to the point and say, it doesn't matter to me. Whoever needs healing is healing. That's what I'm here to do. Be honest with yourself, with where you are in your space at that time, and know for certain that it will change. It will adjust. It will grow. It will expand. As you get bigger, you accept more. You understand more. You feel things in you that you didn't even know were a part of you. But be truthful and honest. And it's not a rush to get there. It's being truthful and honest with, like, and as I said, this is where I am today. This is how I feel right. That's not what I came here for, to understand. But you know what? I might have a more expanded and evolved explanation and understanding of who I am. You ask me 2 years from now, and I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But that one of the big lessons I learned in 2022, y'all, is, be okay. I be where I'm at, and where I'm at is hot. It's popping. And when I'm not here if I'm not here no more, it's lit. It's litty. It's litty where I'm at. Well, I don't know what I just done, Lord, but litty. But life is cyclical. I love the cycle.
And be present. Like, I honestly feel like being present will cut out a lot of the BS. Just because if you're really sitting present, you're able to pick up stuff that you necessarily wouldn't before, because you're too busy trying to get somewhere
or harboring on the past.
Right.
Like, you can't do nothing, because come on, y'all, we not goofy out here. Shit, like, you can't do nothing about the past. It already happened, and it's still happening, because we're not gonna. I'm gonna get off the timeline thing. I'm gonna shut up. Okay, bring it back. Let me keep this simple. You can't do anything else about what has already happened. That time is gone. You are here. Yep. And guess what? Tomorrow ain't here. So you gonna worry about that too? We have to be so present and be where you are. 'Cause that's all that counts.
Be where you are.
Yes, I understand grief is a thing. Yes, that person hurt you, or yes, that was embarrassing. I did some stupid stuff, but you're not there anymore. The only way that you're still there, guess what, is if you say so. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Trying to pull you back to some place or something that you are not. Mm-hmm. That doesn't exist anymore. They want to exist there. Is that where you want to exist for you? That's gone. Okay, so here we are. And then we work so hard to expand and evolve, and then sometimes we don't allow ourselves to sit in that expansion. We worried about the next expansion. It's like, you know how in the video games you can put in a cheat code and you start a level and then you just go all the way to the end and next and you don't go through the process, but then you don't pick up all the coins along the way. You don't pick up all those weapons or that superpower. You just got forced. So now you in the next round and you are not prepared.
Yeah, these lessons come for a purpose.
Man. Like, man, this would be easy. I can get this one-eyed cyclops. And you reach for the slingshot, you like, damn it, I skipped that one. Y'all, be where you are. I'm telling you, because it's so beautiful. Now you ducking and dodging, the cyclops trying to stomp on you. You're like, oh, I can jump over this fence. Dang, I don't. That's a high fence. I don't have a ladder because I skipped over it. Y'all, there is something in the present for you right now. You are where you are for a reason. And when you trust yourself and trust the process, you are able to open your eyes to see and open your ears to hear and open your heart to feel everything that you are here to gather in this moment to move to the next level of your journey, of your life that you created. When you open yourself to experiencing the moment, you understand that this is my creation. I am not living someone else's simulation. I created this character for a reason, and I'm taking over this. Like, you gotta. And then when you allow yourself to take over it and trust the process, it's like, y'all, this is dope. Even something that I feel is against me is for me. Mm-hmm. Period. Like, what do you call it? Instead of being paranoid, be proanoid. I just heard that word the other day. I posted it on proanoid. Paranoia, and that is the opposite of paranoia. I believe that the universe is conspiring for my highest good, for my favor at all times.
That's me, right there.
I'm paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
I need to learn.
Trust that process.
Paranoia.
I posted it on our on the Two Queens page. I was like, what? Oh yeah, we about to be paranoid in 223. Seriously, y'all. I don't care what it is. They acted up. That was for you. Thank you. Ooh, thank you for showing me. Thank you for allowing me to see. Thank you for this new experience of what life and people is. Someone made me happy. I smiled. I saw what I saw. It made me feel good. Thank you so much for showing me that. This experience taught me how to stand in my convictions. How do you know that you stand in your convictions and you know who the hell you are until you've been tested? You don't know. You like, I'm red and I'm round. Like, oh, I'm a tomato. But until you've been tested, you're like, shit, all this time I was an apple. But if you never tested it and haven't been, how do you know what you are? Well, how do you, unless you hold up a mirror to shine something back at you, and you be like, wait a minute, this person told me I was a beach ball. I didn't know I was a beach ball. Does beach ball feel good? Then you start learning to trust your own tuition. You be like, yeah, I'm a motherfucking apple. How dare you try to make me a beach ball?
Right.
Knocking me all over the damn place. I am a fool.
Or from the beach ball, it's like, oh wait, I'm the moon. I am all of that.
Oh my goodness, I'm silly. Sorry, y'all. But seriously, loving on yourself and trusting yourself and looking at that, even when I don't like it, even when I feel it is against me, it is for me.
Yeah.
Man, walking around like that, that's some hey.
Peacocking. You can only attract good things when you think that way. But,
peacocking.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, we are at we're almost at an hour. Before we go, though, I did want to do a quick shout out for the coffee. For the Buy Me Coffee. Someone, I won't share the email, but someone donated $25 to us last week, and I just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. We do. Anything else? Message for the day? I think all of this was the message for the day.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's all. I'm done.
All right.
I'm eating chips now.
All right. Well, thank you guys. You know where to find us. Thank you. Light, peace, love.
And so, bye, y'all.
Bye.